Well, I'm giving a double platelet unit. Hopefully it's a double. Two-arm draw this time because I had a blood clot the last time that clotted up the needle, so I have to do two this time.
One of our frequent flyers is what we call our donors that come all the time, and Steve has been very dedicated, started donating for his son, and ever since then his son didn't need platelets anymore. Then he kept coming, and he comes all the time. He recruits donors for us. He brings his friends sometimes at the same time, and they all gather and kind of have a men's club meeting, if you want to call it that. And he just sits here and donates, and we take his platelets and we give him his refreshments, and he's got his special shirt on that he got as a gift. And we have some incentive gifts for our donors, and it's a thank you gift, actually not incentive, but it's a thank you gift for donating. I'll start out with the reason why it's so important to donate platelets so often is that platelets outside the body, when they're collected, only live for 5 days at room temperature. So it's not like a blood donation where you can actually freeze the red cells and then give them to someone. The platelets are just 5 days. So that's why we need donors to constantly be coming in, because without platelets, our cancer patients, they won't survive. They need those platelets to survive. So Steve comes in every 2 weeks, and that's generally what a lot of our donors do. Some come once a month, some come every 2 months, but we have to have our donors in here as frequently as possible if they're willing, because those platelets only live for 5 days. But what Steve's doing here is he's connected sterilely by a sterile tubing system that sets in on the outside and the inside of the machine. And today he is doing a 2-needle procedure. We have 1 needle options and 2 needle options. And depending upon the criteria is how we decide that. He's drawing from his left arm, which is in the middle area or the inside elbow area. And he's returning into his right forearm on this side. It comes out of his left side and it spins and processes, and then it returns his whole blood back to him. Platelets and some plasma collect up in a bag below and up into the bag. And at the very end, we give him all of his blood back except a couple tablespoons of red blood cells. He only loses about 30% of his platelets during each donation. So should he injure himself when he leaves here, he will have plenty to clot. There are no serious, side effects or adverse reactions, and we keep him in good health while he's doing this also.